So, it's Pirate 101 revival time, right? And you're looking to create a new pirate because you haven't in a long time, or you haven't in general. And you're like, man, I really need to figure out which class I'm gonna pick. There's 5 classes. I don't know which one's for me. Well, that's what this video is for. I'm gonna be telling you what's good about each class, what's not so good about each class, and why, I either like them or don't like them. So, let me give you a description. I'm gonna start with swashbuckler because that's the one I know the most. It's level, I have a 58, which is pretty high level, and it's a fun class, not gonna lie. So a swashbuckler is very much a very attack-based one, but it's not the Buccaneer level where... So if you think about it, right, in Wizard 101, you have the Storm, which is the go in and fucking destroy people, right, with the amount of damage they do. This is like the, version of that where it's like they do a lot of damage, but not as much, but they're better at other things, if that makes sense. For example, they have a lot of talents like stealth talents where you'll go invisible for 1 round and then do double damage the next round. Their stats are based on agility, and they're more slashy weapons, slice, stabby, potentially, right? So that's swashbuckler. I would actually highly recommend it. Let me actually look up 101 class descriptions, because I bet you that there is some class descriptions that are better than what I'm doing. Okay, so swashbuckler is speed, finesse, and surprise. Deadly with a blade, using surprising attacks, inflict the greatest damage. They inflict the greatest damage if you use the right talents, and they're also usually some of the heaviest hitters. I've noticed they're pretty good. All the companions that are swashbucklers are really good as well. Generally top tier class. Next, we're going to just go up as Buccaneer. Buccaneers are the big hitters who wear the heaviest class of armor and carry the largest weapons. They rely on raw strength and courage. They do a lot of damage, and they will do a lot of damage, but they're less... I don't know how to exactly describe it. They don't exactly have the same elegance that a swashbuckler has. They're more brute strength, raw strength, as it said. They wear heavy armor rather than lighter armor. Generally good, but they use weapons like not staves, but like smash kind of weapons, like a hammer. Imagine a hammer and smacking it. It's kind of like that. It's really hard to compare these to Wizard 101 because Witch Doctor, Buccaneer, and Swashbuckler are all like Storm. So I don't know what to tell you, but realistically, if you come, I'm gonna also list what you would enjoy if you came from Wizard 101. So Swashbuckler, you'd probably enjoy if you were a fire, myth, or death, potentially even a storm. Buccaneer is more storm, fire, and that's about it. So like the heavy hitters with Buccaneer, the only thing is that they probably take a bit less damage than some other ones because they're kind of tanky. Next is Privateer. Privateers are natural leaders of the pirate world, attracting more companions than any other class. Their ability to rally troops and heal them in the thick of battle can see through the most desperate battles. Basically, this is the healer of the kind of classes. If you like life or ice, you're probably gonna like Privateer. You're gonna rely more on your companions and healing them, preventing them from dying, and healing other people than you are gonna actually be doing damage. Buccaneer, Swashbuckler, realistically Witch Doctor, Musketeer as well are gonna do most of the damage themselves. This is more, I will rely on you to do damage for me, which is fine. It's fine to be a support role. Next is Witch Doctor, which are masters of the mysterious... I just realized, does this it doesn't matter if it pauses. Anyway, masters of the mysterious powers of hoodoo. Witch Doctors make the spookiest opponents. They rely on hexes, magical blasts, and charms to turn the odds in their favor. So, let me tell you right now, this is a mixture, Witch Doctor is a mixture of storm and death. The reason why I say that is because they fizzle a lot like Storm does, and they do quite a bit of damage, but they're more like Death because they have some heal back spells, they have healing spells, and they also are just generally give off the same vibe as Death. You know, they're kind of the spooky, creepy kind of class. If you enjoyed Death, really, this is just Death. If you enjoy Death, you'll enjoy Witch Doctor most likely. I actually find Witch Doctor to be pretty cool. Not my favorite thing in the world, but it works. They use staves and kind of, you know, do magic shit. And last on our list is Musketeer. Musketeers are the best marksmen in the spiral, using long-range attacks with lightning powder charged weapons, traps, and trick shots to make a musketeer a wily opponent indeed. Basically, they are the ranged fighters. They're the kind of hang back, do damage kind of thing without getting much damage taken themselves. Realistically, there isn't really a good example of this in Wizard 101, but realistically, if you like doing a lot of damage but kind of don't like getting in the mix of things, so potentially like Myth is a good example, or maybe not really balance but potentially balance. Musketeer is also kind of good for that, where it's like you're not directly in the combat but you're there, you're present, and that's enough. So that's my overview of the classes. Let me tell you right now, none of these classes are bad. Obviously, like Wizard 101, you can pick any class and do fine. You'll make it through the game, no problem. Personally, I think the best one is probably Swashbuckler. From personal experience and seeing other people play it, Swashbuckler generally has a really good experience because they are extremely powerful, don't take a ton of damage, and generally have some of the better companions. Like Sarah Steele, for example, is a really good companion, and Swashbuckler gets that. Now, obviously, there's different companions for each, which I can list right now. Let me see. Companions. Pirate101 starter companions. Okay, so you have Kobe Yojimbo, which is the Bull Ronin. Why does it not say what one? It doesn't say which class that's for. That's for, okay, so that's for Buccaneer players. So he is a swashbuckler. Personally, I didn't find him to be the most useful companion in the world while going through my games. He's kind of meh. Wait, actually, no. Oh, wait, yeah, okay, sorry, I'm stupid. Yeah, he's the Buccaneer companion. I didn't find him to be too good. The problem with him is that he's kind of less like multi-hit than most swashbucklers. Most swashbucklers are kind of like riposte, so they'll dodge a hit back, and they'll also you know, do stuff like repel borders. Like Sarah Steele, for example, is a really good companion for that. I never found Kobe Yojimbo to be the best, but he's actually not that bad. I do like swashbuckler companions, so he's fine. Next is Musketeer, which has Wing Chun, which is a crane student. I don't remember exactly what he is. Is he a musketeer? Oh god, sorry. He is a musketeer, yeah. No, he's a privateer, sorry. He's pretty good. Obviously, will have healing, not bad, actually does some damage. So, you know, that could be worth it. Next is Privateer, which has Egg Shen, which is definitely, that should be the musketeer, right? Wait, sorry, I need to look it up still. I know that this is, I'm kind of stalling on time. Okay, actually, he's a Buccaneer. Okay, so I actually don't like Buccaneer companions. I've never liked Buccaneer companions. I don't like him, but obviously he's not the worst. If you're a privateer, that won't be the worst thing to go for. Swashbuckler gets Sabudai, which I do not like Sabudai at all. I've always found Buccaneer companions to be they die a lot, and they don't really have the best, they have good damage, but not as good as Swashbuckler. I feel like Swashbuckler is just generally superior to Buccaneer, which is always my problem. I've always found Buccaneer companions to be very bad. And then lastly is Witch Doctor, which gets Campo, which is probably one of the better companions in the game. He's a swashbuckler as well, so he's pretty good. That's the list of all the companions. Obviously, as I would rank them. Witch Doctor's top tier. Buccaneer is pretty top tier as well. Swashbuckler meh. Musketeer meh. And then Privateer decent. That's basically my kind of overview of the companions. And then over here you have the natural talents. You're going to want to pick the corresponding one to what you're doing. So Keen Eyes will give you more accuracy, I believe. Born Sneak will give you Pirate101 starter talents. Sorry, let me look it up. Let me pause the video and look it up real quick. All right, I've looked it up. This is the last thing in the video, by the way. So make sure to take notes. Not take notes, but you know, this is it. So don't get kind of bored. Basically, there's Born Sneak, which is +5 to dodge, which is good for Swashbuckler. Naturally Tough, which is +5% to health, which is either good for a Swashbuckler or a Buccaneer. Naturally Spookies, +5% spell power, which is obviously good for a Witch Doctor. Keen Eyes, +5 to accuracy, good for a Musketeer. And Born Warrior, +5 to weapon power, which could either be it could realistically be anything, but I think Swashbuckler and Buccaneer would benefit the most from that. So that's it for this video. Hopefully that helped you in some way when creating a character. I know that I definitely didn't really know this at start. Like at start, I just kind of picked Swashbuckler, and I think I actually picked, because this used to be what world you were born in, and I picked Crocotopia. So I'm pretty sure my Swashbuckler character actually has a naturally spell power bonus. Yeah, naturally spooky, I have spell power bonus. I'm never going to use that. See, that's a mistake I made when I first created my character. Please do not make that mistake. You want to pick the correct talent. But that's it for today. That's it for this video. Hopefully this was helpful to you in some way. If it was, please drop a like and hit the sub button. And if you're watching this now, it's likely that I'm streaming Pirate Revival. So maybe I'll see you there. See you in the next video. Have a fantastic day.